Hey, Hound Dogs, I'm David Hankins.
I'm Paul Hankins. I'm Trevor Hankins.
I'm Julia Canon.
I'm Jen Moreno.
And you're on the air with Power Squared. This is our December team meeting, 2024.
Hey,
How's everybody feeling with the holiday coming up?
it's pretty good.
Overwhelming, surprisingly. Usually holidays don't affect me as much, but now it's just kind of all over the place this year.
Um, so everybody's working on something, right?
Yeah.
Your Julia sent us the cover for 27.
Yeah, and just to clarify, when you said like you wanted like an entire illustration, that is to just to take off the arch part, right?
Yeah, and also,
Okay.
but I also want the out to the edge is not the white little frame around it.
Oh, okay. So just use the whole canvas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the covers look better that way.
Okay.
You know, don't you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and otherwise it was good. And Jen sent in some pages we had some comments on.
Mm-hmm. Some pencil work that I still need to fix. I did see the notes. I just did it. How do I say? Those last two pages, I was kind of confused with what was going
Yeah,
on.
it was confusing because I effed up the script. So you did
I
good with what you had, but I thought we could maybe salvage it a little bit better by just
Mm-hmm.
making 16 a whole splash page.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
otherwise, that's kind of on me. And again, if you see something weird like that, say something because obviously there was some mistake somewhere.
Alrighty.
All right. And Trevor's working on.
Uh, this is, I think it's number 26, right?
Okay. All right.
Uh, whichever one it is, I got back to lettering that, so I'm on the last few pages.
Okay. Cool. And then we're hoping to put out 24, 25, 26, and 27 next year
Yeah.
as our Power Squared. And I'm thinking that we want to make the 27 sort of a Power Squared story as opposed to Power Squared issue.
Right.
We could still call it issue 27, but it would be it's Billy and Raven, a Power Squared story. I don't know. I'm just trying to a little time to worry about that.
We are still spitballing ideas on the title.
Anyway, so Christmas is 5 days away.
Yeah, next Wednesday.
Yep. When actually this will be going up. So I didn't plan anything, but does anybody have like a favorite Christmas movie or story or something they want to talk about?
Mm, Polar Express.
Well, just I mean, there's certain movies I know we
Yeah.
like Shop Around the Corner, and uh, we also tend to listen to like David Sedaris's,
Santaland Diaries.
yeah, and some of the stories. I put a link to one of his reading one of his stories on the Discord, and it's not quite as good as the recording we have, which is the audio book, but it would sort of get the idea of the story, right?
Yeah. I think the two I would have. One of them isn't really a Christmas movie, but personally I still count it. But one of them is the Polar Express,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then the other one, even though it doesn't really count, is Rise of the Guardians.
Honestly,
But isn't
Listen, when you see Santa Claus with machetes for a weapon, this is pretty cool.
but that is, I mean, that takes place at or the holidays are part of that. So
Yeah,
it would
it's
count. I mean, like Die Hard's a Christmas movie,
okay.
you know,
Okay then. Yeah.
right?
Thank
Yeah.
you for validating my choices.
Yeah, no, they're all valid.
Yeah.
We recently watched a lot of, there's a story called Three Godfathers, and there's like, which takes place at around Christmas time, and there's like 4 or 5 different versions of it. They're all kind of mostly westerns, except for one is an
Mhm.
anime. But
Yeah. Yeah, the anime one is Tokyo Godfathers, which was done by Satoshi Kon.
And but so you kind of like find Christmas in a lot of different movies that aren't necessarily, you know, Christmas. Like they don't necessarily have to have Santa Claus in them. That kind of stuff. Speaking of, we saw Red One on Prime. There's really no reason to pay for it.
It's not good.
Yeah,
The movie with Rock the Dwayne Johnson in it.
yeah, and K. Simmons and yeah, it's just and Chris Evans is in
Yeah.
it too. But it's
It's just really not good.
yeah, it doesn't know what it wants to be. Unless that's your favorite Christmas movie, then I take it all back. That was my favorite.
Not your cup of tea.
Yeah, no, it just it didn't really know what it wanted to be. I don't think. Is it a comedy? Is it a mystery? Is it an adventure? Is it suspense? And you have to like really be good at pulling all that together, and it wasn't.
Why not try all of them? And then they did.
Yeah. So, Jan, do you have a favorite movie or story? Or
Mostly animated movies, whatever came out on TV, like Night Before Christmas or Rise of the Guardians. But other than that, not any specific for like Christmas.
oh, yeah. Do you guys have something?
Well, I hadn't had to stop and think about that.
It's just gotta be something to talk about since it's Christmas in 5 days.
Right. I know when I was a kid, I really liked the Santa Claus
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
with Tim Allen.
Right. And they trilogized it.
Yeah. I still like the first.
Actually, there's more now.
Well, even worse. But yeah, the first one's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yes.
Yeah. There was one that there was a Christmas related story that I kind of got into in the last few years. It was there's a Beatrix Potter story called The Tailor of Gloucester.
Okay. We watched that on a tape, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
watched it on DVD.
DVD. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget how old it was. But yeah, we did watch it on
The book is also good.
Okay.
Like one that we like to rewatch is there was this short-lived series on ABC called Prep and Landing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun. That was that was a Disney
Yeah.
cartoon. It was pretty good. Have you ever seen that?
No, I have not. I don't. If I did, I don't remember the title. So
Okay. Well,
It's fun.
My guess is it's going to be on something, either ABC or Disney or Disney Plus or Disney, something
Yeah.
where it's going to be available.
Likely ABC.
That's pretty. The first one they did 2.
Yeah.
The first one was really good.
Yeah.
And the second
Actually,
one-
there's 3, but no one talks about that.
There was one that was the Blu-ray kind of hides it, but there was a third one that was about infiltrating Santa's workshop to get a gift for him.
Okay. All right. I must admit I forgot. But so again, there's always 3. You can't make one thing without making 3 of them.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. I like The Bishop's Wife. If you've ever had, if you ever have TCM, you can watch all these things. But there's also stuff like, I'm just gonna be saying a lot of old movies and everybody roll their eyes, but like Larceny Inc. It takes place around Christmas as well, and that's kind of Edward G. Robinson. And, anyway. Yeah, there's a lot of what gets me is sometimes like I don't know if you've like some channels like TBS try to sell like Wizard of Oz as a Christmas movie, which it's not.
yeah.
There's nothing to do with Christmas.
Yeah.
But they try to it's. When I was a kid, years ago, it was on every Easter. CBS would show Wizard of Oz for some reason. it was like, growing up every year, and the next day at school we'd all talk about black and white and color and that kind of stuff.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, so that was like a tradition, but it had nothing to do with Easter. It was just that was the time they showed it, and now I'm seeing it being advertised at it's like part of a Christmas movie. So like it's not Christmas.
No, I've seen it.
Have you guys like watched your yearly obligation of Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer yet?
No.
No.
I think
No,
they air like yearly, like every year on ABC, right, or something.
Yeah, I avoid this. I have a lot of CDs of Christmas music. When that's on, I try to skip it.
That's fair, actually.
sort of yearly obligation for us is like the Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah, that's a classic.
The better,
Yeah.
the better class.
Well, it's better than Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
That one was like when I watched it as a kid, I'm just like, so we're arresting Santa Claus because this is somehow
Ran
mixed
over. That's a better premise I would have given it credit for.
No, we also like the
Original animated How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yeah, that's good. With Boris Karloff doing the voice.
Yeah. On the subject of Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, I don't know when this. So my brain is making these leaps. Remembering Adam Sandler did A Crazy Nights, which is
Yeah.
I haven't
Oh,
seen
okay.
that one, and the guy who did the character designs for A Crazy Nights tried to pitch a Kingdom Hearts animated series because he played the first game and really liked it, and he at one point when people were hyped for Kingdom Hearts 3, he sold pieces of his original storyboards, so I managed to snag one.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, that's vaguely, it's sort of a drive-by Hanukkah story there.
I only say that because I don't know when that Kingdom Hearts connection will ever come up again.
Yeah. You worked it in.
To be fair, Kingdom Hearts, and I think it's in one or Christmas, and they do go to Christmas Town.
Well,
One and two, actually. Yes.
there was a really bad. I heard it sounded like you said Yoda, which reminded me of the Star Wars Christmas special. That was really awful. And when we were, I think it was one of the first times we went to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
There were guys on the train because we parked at Qualcomm and took the train in, which was like, oh, what a mistake. But these guys were there to do something about. They were there to make fun of the Christmas special and stuff. So it's awful. If you ever have a chance to see it, you should watch it to see how bad it is.
Did you know the Star Wars Holiday Special is the first appearance of Boba Fett?
Wow, I did not know that. Which I'm sure will make it canon now for people. Yeah, it's really bad.
It's like apparently the only reason the fan base hasn't completely disowned it.
But so there's some really bad, and some of that. I'm saying this 'cause I don't know if you know that Bass and Rankin, that stuff.
Rankin Bass.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's kind of clunky kind of animation, and some of the stories are I grew up watching those, but they're like you have to kind of like a little cringe sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of movies that like Red has Christmas in it, right?
Yeah.
R.E.D. And there's always Die Hard 2, and kind of I think we for a while there was like Drive By, Christmas gets mentioned in it, so it's a Christmas movie now or whatever. So I don't know.
The only movie I would count as a Christmas movie just because of association is Home Alone, and I Will Die on That Hill.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Well, that's
fair.
Like the series isn't inherently about Christmas or Thanksgiving. However,
Yeah.
takes
still
place.
because of, yeah.
Yeah, it takes place at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes it
Yeah.
Christmas. I mean, there's a lot of schlocky kind of Christmas stuff, but there's sometimes, and we watched Home Alone not too long ago,
Yeah.
a couple years ago, whatever, and it wasn't as bad as I'd always feared it would be. So, you know.
I remember liking it.
Yeah.
Like, is it in terms of it being dated or just like in general?
No, I don't know. Sometimes you see movies advertised, you kind of go, I don't really want to see that, or spend the now $20 to go see it, but then it would have been $5, I guess. I just didn't really appeal to me for some reason at the time.
Right.
But we watched it since, and it was okay. It's like it's really like 30 years old or something now. Isn't it? I mean, the kids all grown up and all that.
Right.
Culkin.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just ask if you have any favorite Christmas songs besides Grandma Was Run Over by a Reindeer.
Well, like honestly, like whatever Michael Bublé sings during this time of year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. He does have a Christmas album out, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Which I think I might have, actually.
A Christmas album is always an inevitability if you're trying to get out of a contract.
Well, it seems like not everybody, but eventually everybody does, it seems like does a Christmas song or an album or something. I mean, even members of the Rolling Stones covered, Keith Richards covered Run, Rudolph, Run, which is a Chuck Berry Christmas song. And The Who has a song on Tommy called Christmas. And there's, and the Beatles used to do a fan club disc every year.
Right.
Which they put into finally compilate it into something. But yeah, so there's a lot of, and again, when I was growing up, they would sell Christmas albums at like tire stores. It was the same, like people that you wouldn't want to listen to now at all, but they were like really popular at the time. Or even it was in the '60s, so these really weren't popular with young people, but older people liked some of the stuff. But it was always at like you'd go to, they would advertise them selling them at tire stores. I always thought that was weird.
That is oddly specific.
Yeah, I just have that memory. It's like, why would I want to go to Firestone to buy a Christmas? But anything for you, Jen?
No, really. After working at a restaurant with those songs in repeat, I'm just like, no, thank you.
Fair enough.
Yeah. There's only a little window when those are actually listenable. I don't want to hear something before Thanksgiving, definitely, because
Yeah.
and it's like what was it, Hallmark from Halloween on or something. It's all Christmas movies, and there's some radio station here that's all Christmas after some point. It's just like it's too early. You have to get through Thanksgiving for me before you turn over into Christmas.
I end up feeling bad though.
So it's kind of just like, well, we have no control over it. So
Right. Yeah.
That is true. And I'm feeling bad though, because especially during the Christmas time is when retail has the worst, because they have to start putting in like the Christmas decorations. Like I remember, because my boyfriend works at Macy's, so around like I think middle October they started setting up Macy's for Christmas. I'm like, what the heck are you guys doing? And he's just sitting there going, I don't know, man. I'm just getting paid to lift stuff. I'm like, fair enough, but what the heck are you guys doing?
Yeah.
I know they used to joke about Neiman Marcus putting Christmas decorations way out of season, but
They were known for having this gift book that would always have this really like super expensive gift in it, like a submarine you could buy or something like that. I mean, they were known for this. They'd have one, and they probably still are. I don't shop at Neiman Marcus or get their catalog, but they usually have one outrageous kind of gift item in there. So they were kind of known for their Neiman Marcus catalog
right.
at Christmas. But they always have something like his and her subs or tanks or something. Who would buy this? But
I feel like that's just more of a marketing thing than someone legitimately wanting to buy it.
well, they were known for being very high at the time, for being very high end, and I'm sure there's higher end now than that. But they would have these kind of outrageous things.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't. Again, I don't shop at Neiman Marcus. Can't afford it. So, anybody have anything else they want to say about Christmas? I mean, anybody have?
Or whatever holiday you celebrate.
Yes. Well, I'm thinking the five of us, we celebrate Christmas. I'm just going to go on a wild guess there. So, yeah. We're talking about us. So if somebody else is watching and they, want to say something, but they're not going to. So, yeah, there's, I guess Hanukkah starts the day after Christmas, and so does Kwanzaa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Boxing Day.
And it's Boxing Day. Yes.
What?
It's a British holiday for, it's the day the servants would get to celebrate Christmas. It's called Boxing Day.
Okay.
I actually, when I was over in England one time on business, I asked a guy about what he knew about Boxing Day. He goes, I think they box on it. And I go, no, that's not. No, that's not the holiday you celebrate. Good. So it was kind of disappointing. Ask a British person; they don't know their holidays. But it was left over from when people would have servants, and that was, you had to serve the family during Christmas. You got the next day off.
And then once Christmas is over, you can't rest yet because then there's New Year's.
Yeah. Anybody have New Year's plans?
Not that I know of yet.
Oh.
I was probably gonna ask my mom what she's doing because, like not every year, but sometimes someone will like hire her to like, in her band to like perform like at a house like kind of thing.
Your mom's in a band?
Bands depending on who's available.
Oh, yeah.
Because like my mom used to do it like a lot when I was younger, but then over the years, obviously her band members got lives, so
What?
it's more of like she has like whoever's available and who like it's more of like anyone want to make money on New Year's to perform at this house, and then
I see. Now, is this something she does full time or just on the side, or?
on the side.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're fine. But yeah, like sometimes whenever like she does go, she'll call me like, "Hey, you want to spend New Year's with your mom?" And I'm like, you have let me guess, it's a house party and you just want to make sure I eat. It's like, yeah. Screw it, I'll go. And then we do the toast and like New Year's and stuff like that.
Well, that's fun.
Uh-huh.
We usually just stay here so far. I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel like getting out and mixing with people drinking and driving and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Sort of chicken that way.
Yeah.
Usually with my family, we just get together and either buy something, or if my mom has enough energy to like make something in the oven, she'll try to do something experiment. But this year, a lot of family members have called that I usually don't call on the holidays, so it's kind of like, what are we gonna do with all these people?
Yeah.
Because it's usually just our core family getting together, not extended family.
Right.
Other than that, my husband was supposed to go to Hawaii, but plans changed.
He's going to Hawaii without you?
Yeah, because it's more for like his brother's graduation. But
Oh, okay. All right.
it's not like
I was about to go there. Do I need to go there and talk some sense into it?
I mean, you know, I don't think I'd let Nancy go to Hawaii without me. Just, hey, she's going, I'm going. Well, so his plans have changed or are changing
his
potentially.
plans have changed.
Alright.
I don't know exactly for what, but yeah, he just told me that it's changed, but he'd rather have that spare time to save up and still just, not be so stressed with work and then that happening.
Yeah.
Other than that, what about, I guess, Christmas traditions aside from like the dinner and the presents? Is there anything specific that you guys do every year during Christmas?
Well, the day after
The day after Christmas. The day after Christmas for us is we call it movie day, and we just watch movies all day long, pretty much. Usually if we got something on Blu-ray or DVD for Christmas, we'll watch it. We usually get more stuff than we can actually watch, but that's what we normally do on
Yeah.
And we usually
Well, that's why the popcorn machine is out.
yeah, and we will use that on movie day, and then we usually have like we get a ham and scalloped potatoes and green bean casserole, and that's kind of it's Christmas dinner and the day after dinner, and I guess this year we're going to get Chinese food for Christmas Eve. Gotta work it in somewhere, I guess. And
And when we're opening gifts, we do it to a DVD of a Yule log.
yes, we have a fire burning on the television, I guess.
You guys really do get Chinese food and order duck. It really is a Christmas story.
Well, no, we don't get duck.
Sorry.
We don't get duck.
Aw.
Yeah, well, I don't think where we get Panda Express serves duck, so it doesn't come up.
I understood that reference.
I did too. Now when we don't have the dogs from next door to come and eat the turkey either.
And for sure, no one was going to shoot their eye out with them.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we do. It's not anything really spectacular, I don't think. It's just the four of us in fellowship, I guess. Opening gifts and going, what? That's all I got. All right. I do want to appreciate everybody's work this year. Jen, you're very talented. Looking forward to seeing more stuff from you. Julia, you've been, you're very good with coloring, and we do appreciate your work as well. But you're kind of part of the little Power Squared family, and Trevor and Paul, you guys are,
Right.
you guys are there all the time. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just trying to say something nice for everybody.
Thank you.
So, all right.
That's very appreciated.
What?
No, I'm sorry. I know I understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for ruining it. All right. So, until next time, I'm David Hankins.
I'm Paul Hankins. I'm Trevor Hankins.
And I'm Julie Canon. Oh, go ahead.
And you've been on the air with Power Squared.